Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at the Ocean. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. Um, let's get into the fun stuff now. So primarily, what we were looking for within this structure was that possibility of having a five-wave move here. So we have met the criteria. We're waiting to currently see whether this fourth wave actually confirms. We're right within that zone now. We're within the area of this previous fourth wave here. We're within this. This is the 0.382 retracement. The 50% is here, this 28.94, and that's as deep as we really want to come with this move. Invalidation comes by crossing this 22.50, which would be this wave one high. um, what we're still looking for is that potential to see a five-way move to the upside here. So we would there's a few things though we need to discuss in this. At the moment, all we have is a three-wave structure here. To the upside is an A, B, and a C. And if we fail to develop this fourth wave here, potentially this could throw cold water on that idea of us having a five-wave move, because until we actually get the confirmation of this fourth and fifth, then potentially, we could actually just look to break down deeper towards this support range here, which would be this 2582 to this 1457 region. So the thing with this is it would still be possible that we could argue we have a 1 and a 2, and then we look to push up in a bigger third wave. So basically looking at this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we look to push to the upside for a bigger third wave. But we also just have a corrective wave here as an X. And then actually what that would mean is that we'd be actually looking for a deeper retracement. So we have covered this in the previous videos. Basically looking at this as a potential, let me just throw it on here quickly. Looking at this potentially as a WX wave here, which our rejection zone was here. If I come out here onto the daily, it'll probably be easier to see. Basically this zone here of this $1.06 to this 47.59. So we actually came into this zone, and we came into just above this 50% here. If we do actually look to push up higher one more time, this 0.618 area is going to be a very interesting zone. The 722.33 to the 64.04. That could potentially be a zone we look to complete at. It is also within our fifth wave target from the current zone we're sitting in. It would also be potentially a test on the swing high here. So if we do move up into here, it would also be potentially testing, breaking through this channel. It could be an interesting zone. That's all I'm going to say. Just if you are going to be trading, please make sure that you are using good risk management. Okay. So within this, what I'm looking for is the potential of whether this fourth wave's completed. If it is, then we could be starting to look for a move to the upside here. And just want to throw this fib on here. So an interesting thing about this as well, if we are looking, if we say that this is completed into this point here, this 0.382 is actually on this high here as well. So that would be the 0.382 of wave 1 to 3. So that's one potential target zone for a fifth wave. So if we do truncate here, because this is quite a deep fourth, um, we might not have the power to get up into these higher ranges, but if we do actually, truncate, potentially this 0.382 might just be an area where we just look to break this third wave high and then look to actually reject from. So keep an eye on that zone as well. Okay, so let's get into the subwave counting here. So like I said, this is valid for as long as we hold this 2894. If we do fail to hold this zone, the next zone I'd be looking for would be this 2582 to this 1457. And but we'd have to be careful within that structure that we didn't develop a bigger move like this as an A wave, a B wave, and then we actually set a C wave to the downside to complete that X wave that Y wave that we were just briefly talking about. So I'm gonna just come here and into the smaller time frames again. Sort this out. We've got a little bit here. There we go. Okay, so within this, I'm looking at this structure in two ways. I'm looking at this basically, it could be two things here. Either we can look at this as a W, X, Y into here. So this is a three-way move. this is an X wave, and then basically a B, and then looking to complete the C for this Z wave here. So this has been looking at this as a connector wave within this. Look at this, like I said, as a WX, YX, and a Z. It is also possible, just another way of counting this would be that we could potentially have this as a W wave here, and we could actually still be within this X wave where we form something like this as an A, a B, and a C, and that would potentially look to bring us up into this 51, 52 to this 44, 24. So this is just something I'm going to keep an eye out. If we do get five-wave structure developed to the upside here, we need to just be a little bit cautious of the fact we don't have a flat in this correction here, and actually this is all an X wave, and then we'd have this as a W, an X, and a deeper Y wave like this. If we develop something like that, however, it wouldn't really fit in the narrative of still being a fourth, in my opinion. It would be too big. So, but it is something worth keeping an eye out, just in case we do only have a three-wave move into this high, because we don't have confirmation of this fifth wave yet. So this is what I'm looking at within this. So if we look at this as an A wave, this is a B wave. What I'm looking for is the potential that within this structure here. So there's a few things that we want to talk about within this, and basically if I take this off of this high down into this low, you can see we've actually reached that one-to-one already, but the internal structure of this is suggesting that we could potentially still see one more leg to the downside. And what I'd be looking for within this structure would actually be looking to come back down towards this 3192 to this 3095 area. And we'd be looking at this potentially as an ABC. This could be actually just a completed move now, because this is only small within here. So what I'd be looking for is this to potentially be an A, B, and a C to the upside. Let me just turn off some of this. Which is the one? There we go. So within this structure, we've actually moved up to the minimum area here as an A, a B, and a C. So technically speaking, we could have actually completed this fourth wave here, and we could be looking to start this decline to the downside in a five-wave structure. Alternatively, this could then become an A wave, come down, find support, and get one more push to the upside. If we move past this 50% here, this 36.19, it becomes more probable that actually we have a completed move into this low point here. And yeah, potentially, maybe we've completed into here as something like a diagonal, where that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. But it's not very neat looking at it like that. That's why I am still anticipating one more leg to the downside. This leg to the downside could actually look to come back and retest this channel one more time as well. That could be interesting. If it does extend down, that one-to-one of the W wave is down here at this 29.78. So if we do move through this region here of this 30 cent 95, then potentially this one-to-one of this Z wave could be an area we could look to move down into. And alternatively, the 50% is down here at this 28.94. So keep an eye on these zones if it does look to push down deeper. And like we could also potentially argue we could come down into this channel, which is a little bit lower here, depending on how long this move takes to play out. This could be one of the potentials. So as long as we hold that 28.94, we'll still be looking for that potential to move up one more time for a fifth wave here. But I wouldn't want it to get too much bigger than it already is. Yeah, so that's what we're looking for here. I do think that potentially in the short term, we do have one more push to the downside. And then we'll have to see how we react from that point. If we just see if we just see another three-wave move to the upside and potentially we interact with this channel again, it's also possible that potentially this Y wave is incorrectly marked within here, and this could be a W, an X. This would all be a Y. We get another X wave and then get a Z wave down. So these are always things that can happen within these more complex corrections. Basically, until you actually move back up against and start taking these X wave highs, these moves can always extend to the downside here as well. And if we are talking about that possibility of actually having a three-wave move completed to the upside here, even though we don't currently have good structure for it, we would need to be on the lookout for the potential that we could have something more sinister playing out here, where we could be building a series of ones and twos like this one, two. You'd have to look at this as a one, two, three, four, five, two, one, two, and then you form another one, two here, and then we start to break down deeper. Um, and there's nothing really indicating it. There's a lot of overlap within the structure, so it's not my preferred count. But that is something that can still play out. So if we start to lose these key areas, we need to just be a little bit careful of that. As well as that, like I said, if we do move to the upside here, be wary around this 51, this 51.52 to this 44.24, especially if we move up in three-way structure here. That could be an interesting zone. But like I said as well, we need to be careful of the fact that if we are looking at this as a W wave here, we could still get an X wave into this position and then break down. So keep an eye on that. This could be an A, a B, and a C. So if we get 5-wave move up here, which rejects, then we potentially could look for, like I said, a bigger move with this a W, an X, and a Y, and then we actually still continue to the downside. So keep an eye on this. If we are going to get something like that, typically they do like to develop within channels. So potentially, if we do get a 5-wave move into this channel, that could be if it's going to be a truncated, if it's going to be a running flat, it might actually look to complete within this channel. If it's going to be a expanding flat, it might extend out past this a little bit and then actually come back to complete within the channel. So keep an eye on that. Okay, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. In the description, you'll also find affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. Check them out. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care out there.